grind on, get your grind on, get your grind on. Mama gon' get your grind on, yeah. Get your grind on, get your grind on, get your grind on. Mama gon' get your grind on.
Hi, and welcome again to the Hustle Mama series. Today we're talking about credit and real estate. And the reason why this was so dear and near to my heart, because I had the opportunity to sit and be exposed to a good discussion with the esteemed Susie Orman just this past week. And she read off some statistics that were blowing my mind. She's a friend of Judge Judy's, and she said that not once in Judge Judy Shyman's career has a man ever appeared in her courtroom to sue another man or woman for defaulting on a loan that was co-signed by them. And the other thing is, Susie Orman, in the history of her own show and her own counseling, has never counseled a man in the area of a defaulted obligation based on a cosign. So what does that tell you? That tells you that women co-sign everything and men know how to say no. So the reason why we're talking about credit and real estate is to let you sisters know that you do not need to co-sign for people's car notes, houses, motorcycles, credit cards, department stores, anything and everything. You need to protect yourself and really deal with your own credit first. And really, this is what Susie said. She said, say no. People say yes out of fear instead of saying no out of love. Let me let that digest. People say yes out of fear instead of saying no out of love. So I got my girl Nikki to my left, of course, because we done been there and done that, okay? I done had my credit jacked twice. Once because I was crazy and filling out forms when I was in college back in the 90s, you know, for the free water bottles and t-shirts. And nobody told me that you had to actually pay all those bills off or else you were going to go on your report. You know, I had that Discover thing and that Visa thing. Then the second time I got jacked for my report was when I got married, you know, because we had a lot of credit cards. We were living large. It was like not just my income, his income. And we thought we had arrived. And I paid all my bills. But when it was time for me to get divorced and that income, that other half of the income left, I didn't have the money to pay the bills. And guess what? All the credit cards were in my name and under my social security number. So I got jacked. So Nikki has her own experience. What happened to you, Nick?
Same thing. Had a boyfriend and you call yourself helping him out because he need help. Like, I don't think it's the men saying no. It's that the men lean on the women for help. And we did, you know, we trying to help out. You know,
that's our man, ride or die.
Right. You want to help him out, so you do it. But before you do it, you should really, if he had good credit, then he wouldn't need for you to sign it. So that's the sign right there. Take heed. If he needs you to sign, don't do it.
Yeah, no matter what it is.
Right.
He like, oh baby, it's this, it's that. No, his credit is jacked. Okay.
Right.
But you know, there's some sisters with some jack credit too.
Oh yeah, there's some sisters too. But like you said, as a woman, don't do it.
Yeah, you really can't. And the thing about it is, if they ever default on that bill, it goes against you. You have to pay. You're obligated as a co-signer to pay.
Yep, obligated to pay. Like I said, I had a repossessed car that I co-signed for. It's just falling off my credit this year.
Wow.
So it's been for 7 years. So, but fortunately, my credit was strong because I paid all my bills on time. In my work history, I've been at my job for a long time and I make a nice amount of money. So fortunately, it didn't hinder me.
Right,
as
like
much
it could
as
have.
it hinder somebody else, right?
Yeah, well, I've actually repaired my credit twice, and my credit had gotten so good, I co-signed for my girlfriend's car. But guess what? At one point, after my credit got jacked, that was the only good thing on my report. So it worked itself out, and she paid the car off, and she was never late, and that was good because I told her, woman to woman, if you're ever gonna be late and you can't pay this note, don't hide, don't run, don't not pay. Just call me and tell me. So I had the option of not having it go late, you know, and it wasn't really a high note anyway. But it's a real difficult thing trying to repair your credit. I've had to repair mine twice, and like I was saying, you know, it's a constant uphill battle. And what people, especially minorities, don't realize, because we're never really taught about credit, is that we pay higher interest rate on our credit cards because of it. We pay higher interest rates on our car notes because of it. We get higher insurance auto rates because of it. We get higher interest rates on our mortgages, so we have higher monthly mortgage payments, and we pay more for that house than the person with the good credit next door because of it. And it really just, it's like a crutch, and it's like shackles. So we really have to get in the mindset that this is important. We have to deal with it. Not, she's not home, let me take a message, and you're doing like this with the bill collector, and you know it's you. They know it's you. Wait till they get so technology driven that they still do voice recognition on the phone and be like, stop lying, we know it's you, you owe us money. But you know, I mean, the bottom line is you have to pay your debts and your obligations.
That's true, but I think they don't teach your children that young. Because like you said, when you in college, I was in college as well, I had a credit card. I mean, you try to pay it at first, but after a while, you like, oh, I
go to the club, forget it, I don't care, I done got my stuff already.
Right, so you don't know, you like, that don't affect me when you, what, 20? You like,
oh, 19. Oh, and then don't forget when you first got it, you was signing away.
Right.
I was buying my boyfriend Timberlands
and all kinds of
sneakers.
crazy nonsense.
Oh, that's the other thing, ladies. Let me tell you. Stop trying to buy your man. You can't buy your man. No real man would ever have you paying his bills and taking care of you. I want you to know that. A real man wouldn't allow you to do it, even if you tried. Because there's something in a man that would never want you to feel like you have to take care of him. That's the unnatural thing to do. It's not in the order of things. So any man that would do it is using you, okay? Now, I'm not talking about a man you've been in a relationship with for a long time who was holding it down, who may have had some life-altering circumstances and can't have their job anymore.
Right.
Not that.
Everybody needs help sometimes.
Everybody needs a hand sometime. But I'm talking about as far as those people that you know are not worthy, and then off the bat are always have their hand out. Let's do this, let's do that, let's do this, let's do that. But lastly, before we wrap this segment up, there was one more thing I wanted to mention, and that was that there are two types of assets you can have even as a minority. And that is, everybody knows you build wealth by buying real estate, because you can actually take a tax deduction for the interest and the mortgage payments that you paid. And when you rent, you're actually making somebody else rich and giving them the tax deductions that you're paying for, that they never have to pay for. So if you can, try to buy real estate. But if your credit is not good enough to buy real estate, which people don't tell you, I'm going to tell you now. If you want to invest in an asset that will appreciate and you don't have a lot of money, buy artwork. Did you hear me? Buy artwork. Make sure it's signed, numbered, limited edition. Because those prints are the only things that appreciate. And it's not going to appreciate overnight, but over time it will. Usually within 2 to 3 years, you will see a return on your investment. So if you're not in a position to buy a house, buy art, and you'll be investing in an asset. Art never depreciates, never. It never goes down. It may slowly appreciate or quickly appreciate, but you will never lose, ever. So anyway, I think that's my time for the day. I'm wrapping it up because my producers are saying wrap it up. And this has been Stephanie J, your hostess with the mostest, the original hustle mama. Take care. See you tomorrow. Peace.
Right. Break bread if I gotta take kids. Choose a cap to a figure right to get a plate. Got a hunger like a lion, so I gotta get my grind on. Doing it for years, I'm a